Look, I'm not a man of science, but you seem incredibly passed away. But it's good to see you.
G'day, mate. There's nothing that'll bring me back to life faster than a big bag of marble cash.
Oh, you had to get all noble and die for real.
God.
Lara, congratulations. We need to do the victory music. I don't know if we can do the Trump win. We're so excited about it. We're so excited. Do we have it? We'll just do real quickly. So,
there
okay,
you
just
and you're seeing it on football fields coming to you soon. More of that. I love it. I love the Trump victory dance. And I'm just going to give a round of applause to the American people, Benny, because thank you, America, for delivering such an epic win. Benny, they can't even argue with it. 312 electoral votes. Are you kidding me? All 7 of the swing states, turning areas like Miami-Dade County red. This is epic. It's amazing. And I'm so grateful. Thank you, America. We appreciate it. And this is going to be the greatest 4 years America has ever seen. Get ready, starting January 20th.
We're so proud of you. You can pop it up. We have the victory dance. We have the victory dance on the football field.
There you go.
Yes. All across the country. They're doing the Trump dance, Lara.
It's so good. Everybody, if you know, you know. And let me tell you something. They know. They understand it. So I love to see it. More of that.
So, and that's me. That was at Tampa Bay Buccaneers Day. That just took place right around the corner from our house. We want to send love from this program. You've been such an ally, and you've been such a profound fighter for your family, for your father-in-law, and you were out in places like Atlanta, where we saw you on the trail. In dark blue areas, you and your bus tour crisscrossed 20 different states. You were everywhere. Nobody worked harder. People worked as hard. Nobody worked harder than the great Lara Trump. And you made time for this program to come on and update our audience. We say thank you. We say congratulations, Lara.
Oh, well, thank you. And by the way, I think that was important. It's always important to reach out. And look, we took Donald Trump's lead. Reach out to people who may not traditionally be Republicans and say, hey, here's why you should vote for Donald Trump. Here's why you should vote for Republicans down ballot. And guess what, Benny? It actually worked. You actually saw how much redder so many states like Texas, like New York, like California became in this election. My gosh, we were on the verge of winning Virginia and New Jersey. This is really epic, and I think we want to keep this momentum going. And I think with what we're going to see out of the White House and we hope out of Congress over the next 4 years, I certainly hope that that this is only the beginning. And I'm very proud of our team. So thank you. Appreciate it.
It's not possible without you being the chairwoman of the RNC. We say it. You don't have to say it. We're happy to say it. It's not possible without you and the election integrity team. You can see they're trying to do it right now in Pennsylvania. Mark Elias has been dispatched there to go find some random box of votes. They tried so hard in Wisconsin and Michigan, and they couldn't break through because of your team. This isn't possible without Lara Trump at the RNC and without the change in leadership. Something that I'd like to touch on here, but the change in leadership from Ronna McDaniel to you and it saved the election. I think it was inarguably the critical moment in this election. Well, along with this quick photo. This is a good Clyde. Here we go. Along with this.
Look at that. Scott Presler. By the way, can we just touch on Scott Presler before I go into the team at the RNC?
Please.
This is a guy who I said to Scott, I said several months ago, I said, when we win Pennsylvania, it'll be because of you. And Scott, it's because of you. Thank you for all of your hard work. This guy moved. Benny, people probably know Scott didn't live in Pennsylvania. He moved to Pennsylvania, I think in March, so that he could register and be a Pennsylvania voter and register as many people as possible. He flipped Bucks County in terms of voter registration, Luzerne County. He flipped all of these counties from the Democrats holding the majority in voter registration to Republicans. And I want to give him massive, massive credit. It was an honor to work alongside of him and his team throughout the course of this election. So thank you. I'm going to give another round of applause to Scott Presler. We absolutely love Scott. Thanks for all you did in this election. But, you talk about the election integrity team, Benny, And that was really it. When Michael Watley and I took over as chair and co-chair of the RNC, we said the RNC is doing a lot of things, trying to be everything to everybody. And when you do that, you're sort of nothing to anyone, right? You can't do too many things. We were wearing a lot of hats at the RNC. So we said, we're going to just strip it all down. We obviously showed a lot of people that maybe this wasn't the place for them, changed a little bit inside the RNC. And we said, we're going to focus on just two things, getting out the vote and protecting the ballot. And the reason this was so important wasn't just to prevent cheating, which obviously we wanted to do. It was to be a deterrent to anyone who might consider cheating, because we wanted to make sure everybody knew, hey, we're watching. So you try it and we're going to throw you in jail. But we also had to ensure that people who might not be traditionally coming out every election cycle, low propensity voters, saw that we had a handle on this and said, you know what, it is worth it for me to get off my couch. It is worth it for me to go and take a day from work, stand in line sometimes for 6 hours, which people in Pennsylvania and Bucks County actually did, vote for Donald Trump. And that is why we made sure that we had 230,000 volunteers. That's why we made sure we had 3,500 attorneys all across this country. We didn't want to chance it, and we wanted to restore election integrity and make people feel good about voting in the United States again. And I'm really, really proud of our team. They did an amazing job, tackled things in the moment. We addressed them as they came, and we couldn't be more thrilled with the outcome.
Just incredible. I really, really hope that they pass mandatory voter ID. I think it'll make your job a lot easier, actually.
Isn't it ironic that the states that Kamala Harris actually won are the states where they don't have mandatory voter ID? You try to take out an ID in California, they basically want to lock you up. The one thing they want to lock people up for, basically, in California, don't dare show a voter ID. They don't want it there.
Yeah, we actually have a map for that. It shows the states, the only states, were the ones with no ID.
Huh.
Yeah, quite remarkable. Oh, here it is. Okay, quick as a flash. There you
go. Look at that.
So, in spite of all of the uphill battle that you fought against the establishment in order to get this done, and I'm sure there are so many stories you can't say on air, but I know the establishment came for you and was fighting tooth and nail every step of the way. They want a subservient Republican Party that behaves like a dog that sits and stays and does what it's told and rolls over, right? Comes when it's called. You fought through and you actually won. And now the American people are demanding, with this landslide, that our agenda gets implemented. And you must have congressional leaders to do that. Part of your landslide included winning the Senate by what could have been 55 or 56 seats, but what ended up being 53 seats. And now that race is something that everybody is talking about. There's some pretty disturbing anti-Trump posts from two of the lead candidates, Thune and Cornyn. I know that there are many people inside of your orbit who helped deliver this victory, like Tucker, Vivek, Charlie Kirk, who've endorsed Rick Scott. What's your take on the Senate leadership race right now?
Yeah, well, listen, I think that you've seen in the past how even people within our own party have fought against the agenda that the American people want. And you're right. You cannot look at 312 electoral votes. You cannot look at winning the popular vote by, I think, 7 million people and say the American people want anything other than Donald Trump at the top and for his agenda to get passed. And in order to do that, obviously, we want leadership in Congress who is going to fight for the very things that the American people mandated on November 5th of this year. So you've heard a lot of people talk about there are three folks in the running for this. Rick Scott clearly has been very loyal to Donald Trump. I think that there are a lot of folks who've been very outspoken on having him as leader there. And I think that it could be very impactful, but it's the will of the people. And I heard you talking before I came on. If you're a person out there who wants to see that happen, make sure you call your senator, make sure you call and say, hey, I want Rick Scott. If that's what the American people want, then that's what the American people deserve. And it is supposed to be that we, the people, are in charge of this country, Benny. And we can never forget that. The folks in Washington, D.C. work for us, and we sent a loud and clear message on Tuesday of last week. So I hope they are listening, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. But I certainly think that the Rick Scott would do an amazing job.
Yeah. So zooming out, why have a secret vote? If you want to vote for somebody, I'll tell everybody why I voted for Trump, and I've been doing it for 4 years. So I'm happy to explain why your father-in-law is the person that I cast my ballot for. This is what I do professionally. And I'm sure that every person watching right now could easily rattle off why they voted for Donald Trump. Something actually quite profound because nobody could explain why they voted for Kamala. It's so fun to ask me, why are you voting for Kamala? Nobody could ever say. But I guess at the very least, stand up, right, for your vote. And I don't understand the secret ballot thing in the Senate. I don't get it.
Yeah, no, that's concerning to a lot of people. You should own it. Whatever it is, you should own it. And you should be able to explain yourself, to your point, as to why you thought that was the best person. It would probably go a long way for the American people to have a little more transparency. That's all we want, by the way. With Donald Trump, with whoever it is, we want our leaders to be transparent. We want you to tell us the truth, and we want you to tell us what you're doing behind the scenes on our behalf, because we sent you there as our representatives. So we should know how it is that they're voting. I agree with you. I think that would be a very nice thing to see implemented. So I would second that motion. Thank you for considering that.
There's some really exciting announcements. Susie Wiles just made history, shattered glass ceilings.
Yeah,
right?
We broke the glass ceiling. The Democrats are very upset about that thing. You love to see it.
You do. You just love to see it. Stephen Miller, I know, such a strong ally and such a brilliant man, now announced as deputy. Tom Homan back in the saddle. It's shaping up to be one heck of an administration. Laura, what should we expect to see next? Should we expect to see Laura Trump appointed Secretary of CrossFit and getting America healthy again?
I'll accept that. Well, RFK and I need to do a workout together. I said this a long time ago. I'm not mad about the workout videos. I love a good workout video. And I'm all about it. Let's get America healthy again. The pharmaceutical companies are melting down as we speak. Yes. Fantastic news. Listen, I think that what Donald Trump learned the first term in office, there was a lot to learn. Let's be honest. This was a guy who had never had anything to do with politics. He had no idea about Washington, D.C. And if you go back and actually look at interviews that he's done, he'll say, look, I did make some mistakes going in. I didn't know the apparatus around the White House. I didn't know I had to fill 5,000 jobs whenever I got there. So I had to rely on people to help me fill those positions. This time around, it is a totally different animal. He knows what he wants. And I think maybe most importantly, he knows what he doesn't want. Fighting alongside of him in the White House, in his administration, in these cabinet positions. This is going to be the beginning of a new era, the golden age of America, as he talks about. And I think people feel it, Benny. You can finally breathe in the country again. You can finally say, oh my gosh, there's hope. And I have said this in multiple interviews, but I really do believe when Donald Trump leaves the White House, and after the end of his second term in office, I believe he's going to have one of the highest approval ratings of any modern president. I think that the people who voted him in this time around, a lot of those people didn't vote for him the previous two times, but they now see, it's clear as day, that the mainstream media has been lying to you, the Democrats have been lying to you, and now they understand it. And once people are awake and once you're awakened by all this stuff, you're not going to go back to sleep. And I really do think we're poised for some incredible things. And you can see by his appointments thus far that he really is shaping his administration and his White House to reflect what he knows the American people want. And I think it's going to be incredible.
We have this amazing series of photos of Elon Musk this weekend at Mar-a-Lago. If you're wanting a vision cast into the future of what this incredible nation has in store, you can see Elon in full cowboy uniform. He got the cowboy boots on and the belt buckle. By the way,
every time I go to Mar-a-Lago, Elon's there. I'm like, are you just hanging out? He's every time, Benny, I've been there in the past week, he's there. I don't know. He must be staying there. Nobody told me, but he's so involved. And I think it's so cool. Who wouldn't want a brilliant mind like Elon Musk alongside Donald Trump? And by the way, who is ready for the absolute annihilation of the fat in Washington, D.C. via Elon Musk? When he cleans that up, man, I am so excited for that. And I think that it's just epic. Everything is so cool. It's so great. It's all new and it's different. And I think that's why Americans are excited again about all of this. It's going to be awesome. And even the Democrats, they're struggling, Benny, for anything to knock any of us on. They really are having a hard time. And as we say in my home state, bless their hearts.
So Doge is happening. So Doge,
I think so.
Full Doge.
Yeah, let's do it.
So you say Democrats are struggling. We have the first behind-the-scenes photo of Kamala Harris after you defeated her, Laura, at the RNC. Here she is in sweats with her hair in a top knot, guzzling a glass of wine. We've often said that Kamala Harris sounds like she's had a couple glasses, and we know that as a matter of reporting that she does certainly slam the box of wine. But here we go. Here's Kamala Harris. Any closing comments to Kamala, Laura?
Listen, I just think there was a very clear lesson to be learned from this election, and whether or not the Democrats take it to heart, that's up for them. I think that it has been the proudest time of my life to have served as the RNC co-chair over the past, 8 months or so since Michael Whatley and I took over things. It's been some of the proudest moments of my life to stand beside my father-in-law in this fight and fight alongside of him. And I think what the Democrats should take away from this is that they have to be more honest with Americans. They have to be more transparent, and they have to come in with a little bit of sanity. There were so many insane things that they were proposing for this country, and the American people wholly rejected it. They want their lives back. They want more money in their pockets. They want a closed border. They want less wars, not more. And Donald Trump brought them that the first term in office. That's why they reelected him as our 47th president. Now they need to do some deep reflecting. I don't know if it'll happen because it certainly seems like they haven't taken any of it seriously thus far. It'll remain to be seen, but I couldn't be prouder to have been part of this team, to be part of this family and this incredible movement. And look, we're never going to have another Donald Trump. There's never going to be another guy, Benny, who goes and works at McDonald's and then a couple days later drives a garbage truck to a rally in Wisconsin. You're just never going to get that ever again. He's the greatest, the GOAT, all of the things. And I love him so much. And I'm so proud of him. And I'm just really excited for this country. It's going to be incredible.
It's the destruction of the House Obama. It's the last dynasty to fall was House Obama. And now it's over. It's so wonderful to see. Final thing here. Your beautiful post. You've posted one time since your victory. Here it is. You say, feels good to finally exhale. And I think you're fishing here and in a waterway.
That's my daughter, but I'll take it.
Yes. So you're fishing with your daughter here in a waterway. I know you're a little taller than that, Laura. But this must be, you're finally getting a little family time?
Yeah, that was the tough thing, really, was being away from our kids as much as we were. And I knew taking this job, Benny, I knew the last several months of an election. I've done this before. This is our third round in terms of a presidential campaign. And it's crazy. But, when you're the co-chair of the RNC, it's even crazier. And I knew going into this what it would mean. But I did it for her. I did it for my son. I did it for your kids. I did it for every American out there with children and grandchildren and who wants this country to remain the greatest on earth, because our kids deserve it. And so it was so nice on Sunday to be able to hang out with my kids, to relax with my husband, to take a little family time, because we certainly have been missing that. But now we all get to relax and enjoy with our families, knowing that this country is in great hands with Donald Trump at the top. And again, just couldn't be more proud of him and everybody on our team. Thank you to everybody.
Praise God. I say it. It's very easy. It's very easy to fight the fight when you view it as a spiritual battle for your children. Yeah. When you view it as like demons actually coming for your children. It's so much bigger than all of us. And it always has been. Somebody asked me recently, how is it that you work so hard, that people tend to work so hard for Donald Trump? And we all know that this fight isn't about any of us. This is about something that's so much bigger than any of us. And it's easy when you think about what it could have meant, if this had gone the other way. And we all know how frightening that was. It's easy to put in overtime. It's easy to work hard and to dig deep and to sleep for like 1 hour like I did on Monday night and 2 like I did on Tuesday night. It's fine because we saved America. And by that, we saved the world. So truly an honor. You did troll Taylor Swift one time in parting. I just wanted to maybe give you an opportunity. I know you did a music video to a Taylor Swift song while you were on the Women for Trump bus. My producers are grabbing it right now, but
they got very upset about that. Apparently, I didn't even know that anybody got upset about that. Turns out they're very sensitive. But you know what? I'm allowed to listen to Taylor Swift if I like it. I'm allowed to make a little TikTok video. Nothing wrong with that, Benny. This is America. We can do whatever. I love it.
Oh man, that was the energy. I'm telling you what, we'll never see another election like it, and we're just so profoundly thankful to you and this audience for your leadership at the RNC and for bringing it home, man. The great Laura Trump, pop on over. Millions and millions of people already follow, but you should be one of them. 1.9, we're just going to round up. 2 million Americans, can't be wrong. Laura Trump, the queen of MAGA.
Thank you.
Laura. God bless you.